Ah, yes, Samson too. Folks, this is Samson too on LIBERIA. I love it. I love it. Excuse me. Let me speak little crown here. You know, these guys kinds of stuff when it happen back home, we say somebody not play with me. So I know the person who play with me. So let me speak round to this person. Nathaniel cried poor. Nathaniel, mo sensé, il sort tobli, I'm bad way, I'm probably saying way back, it there way, I'm way, anyway, you don't boy, eh? Every time, you on them, I'm boy, I cut them on them, boy, that me, boy, anyway. Folks, this is Samson to LIBERIA. I'm not too sure what happened to the program, but I just got knocked out. And this is, these are new electronic stuff that we purchase, LPR purchase. This is a software, and this software they're not from Total. You don't have much control over these things. It's not one of those things you go on Facebook and show yourself. It's a software that we're operating here. It's a very qualitative software. We pay close to $20 more thousand that we are investing in these things. But once again, they're just telling you these are technology. You don't have much control. These things happen from time to time. Nothing happened to my audio. Nothing happened to all the cameras. They're all working. I just got knocked out. So eventually I got a call from those people that managing the affair of this thing. And they told me what happened. So we're back on air. Hopefully we don't get knocked out again. Let's go back to where we were. People don't like when I say Dr. Weir, so they want to knock me out. Oh my goodness. Fun shall never end. I call him Dr. Weir. People get mad and knock me off my show. Folks, this is Samson too. I'm having fun here this evening. I hope you're still with us. It's going to be a very interesting show. Because I said Dr. Weir, so people don't like it. They knock me out. Yeah, this is Samson to LIBERIA Radio, folks. It's been a wonderful, wonderful day. We'll continue to make it useful as much as possible so that our brothers and sisters will know that we're not here to have fun, but we're here to talk serious business, things that are happening in Liberia. And those of us that have the opportunity to be able to come out here and have conversation with our brothers and sisters will continue to do so, despite the fact that sometimes we'll come on air and these kinds of things happen to us. However, we're resilient human beings. We're committed to these things. We're committed to bringing you these type of information. It doesn't matter how many times people will get knocked out. We will talk about it. And tonight's show is a very packed one. I have a lot to talk about. So I'm not about ready to give up because somebody or something got knocked out of it. Even if this thing goes off again, I will do the old time Facebook. So I'm prepared. I'm prepared. This is Samson to LIBERIA. I'm very, very serious tonight. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead as usual. Let's go ahead and open our show as usual because we're prepared to talk about things that are happening in Liberia. Because these things are very important for us to have those kinds of conversations, no matter what. Whether we get knocked out or knocked down, whatever it is, we're not much concerned. We will do our best to continue to inform you of what is happening back home. Things are happening back home. And if you're old enough to be able to understand things about Liberia, you will appreciate what is happening now, and you would start thinking twice, because these are kinds of stuff that is happening to the nation. And if you're not careful, if we don't pay attention, if we all don't work together, we might find ourselves in very deep trouble here. Samson, before I come on my usual program, let's start with Dr. Weir. And I was explaining earlier before I got knocked out That most of the time when I go to the gathering, Liberian gathering, people question me, why do I call him Dr. Weir? And I think I explained that already. I call him Dr. Weir because I respect the office of the President of the Republic of Liberia. I call him Dr. Weir because people took upon themselves to confirm on him a doctoral degree. I call him Dr. Weir because when he was confirmed upon the doctorate degree, they didn't do it because he was a football player. They did it because he's President of the Republic of Liberia. And Liberia is my home. I must respect the presidency, and I must also show respect to my president. He was elected by the Liberian people. And so who am I to disagree with the Liberian people? If the person said this is the person in the world, we're all going to respect that person. And so I must show my respect to Dr. Weir, and I'll continue to call him Dr. Weir. I don't mean to be disrespectful to those of you that continue to feel uncomfortable, but what else can I say? I will continue to respect Dr. Weir. So even you, if you become president tomorrow, and you're confirmed upon by the university to call you doctor, I will call you doctor as well. This is Samson. Let's listen. Let's start the program. This is what Dr. Weir was going through during the election. Samson.
Let's make sure you do that same thing for you can hold. That will hold the stage. No, I don't need show the rod. You must stay. We're going to junior that before. No, I beg you. Let's make sure you do that same thing for you can hold.
Folks, there you have it. Dr. Weir, but for some reason I'm not. It doesn't matter. I will stay here and I will talk. Okay? So whatever it is that you're doing to my stuff, that's fine with me. Do whatever you can. It really doesn't matter. I will talk. I will talk and I will say what I have to say. Samson to LIBERIA Radio. Because these things we have to talk about it. Okay. The next video that I'm going to be playing is the video from Ghana. The Ghanaians continue to improve themselves. It didn't happen overnight. Of course, it never had civil war, but Ghana was never always a peaceful country. So they're not far removed from our situation either. Overthrew government and people die. So we're not far removed from it, except for us, we had civil war. Okay? So, and the second thing I want to mention also is that the Ghanaians themselves, they're quite aware that being a person from Ghana does not make them a special person. We're all from Africa, and we all have the brain. We can demonstrate that. Let's play.
Afrikiko Junction, Accra, Tema Motorway. Apollo in the Western region. The police is watching you. Over 1,000 of these cameras have been installed at strategic locations across the country. These cameras have made police surveillance more effective and giving a boost to fighting crime. Playbacks have also been very useful. In this particular case, investigation into a road accident.
Good morning, police emergency. How may I assist you?
These cameras are operated from emergency command centers in Accra, Kumasi, and Tamale that are now receiving a record number of calls.
When the call comes in, the system automatically generates a case form.
The case form is meant to solicit the essential information required from the caller. If it is a motor accident, are there any persons injured? If it is a robbery, are the robbers armed? And so on. All calls can be traced to where they are made. In case a call drops, the operator can call back. Once a call is processed, the information is sent to the dispatch section for patrol teams in the field. One challenge are prank calls that divert attention from real emergencies.
Prank calls must stop. In a genuine emergency, you may not be able to access our emergency command center.
Locating crime scenes promptly is another. Many houses and dwellings in Ghana are located on unnamed streets. This is being addressed by the new GPS address system, which is an integral part of the new emergency response system.
This command center is a milestone along the way of the transformational agenda that the Ghana Police Service has launched. The Ghana Police Service, as I speak to you, is about total number strength of 33,000. For the population of Ghana, the minimum strength should have been 56,000. At 33,000, the police to civilian ratio is 1:848, which is far lower than the UN minimum of 1:500. Therefore, the result to the digital intervention is meant to ameliorate or to mitigate the defect or deficiency or the deficit, which stands at 23,000 police personnel. This intervention, which is going to make it easier for the police to monitor crime and make it easier for people in need to get in touch, therefore making it more efficient for them to check crime, it's a welcome intervention.
Okay, there you have it, folks. This is in Ghana. They're not that far removed from us, as I stated before. Look what they're doing. These things are not impossible. But look at Monrovia traffic right now. Look at Monrovia traffic. I mean, traffic, simple stuff. Traffic. Why do we have that much congestion in Monrovia? You mean we are unable to find a proper way to have the level of service in traffic to be reduced, even if we don't get aid? Can we not be able to achieve a B or the C congestion factors in Liberia in traffic? Why must Liberia continue to suffer? We have the people, we have the capacity. You have some Liberians here that are traffic engineers. And I know some of them. Some states refuse to let them leave because they're so good. Every time they tend to try to say, okay, I want to retire, they give them more money because they're very good. And they're helping these states and these cities to maneuver their traffic congestion. And here we are. We can't even manage a level, Western level D in Liberia. The level of service in terms of traffic congestion is Western level D. Why is that? Are we not able to achieve a common level C? This is ridiculous. But I'm just telling you, look at the people traffic. Look at them. You got Liberian engineers, traffic engineer here in the United States. For goodness sake, you go to Liberian Engineer Society, you will find almost 80% of them double E. Okay? You'll find that they're all double E's. And that's electrical engineer, by the way. And these people they're working in some of these manufacturers, car manufacturers. You have another Liberian engineer here, has his own company. Most of them have their own electrical company. You mean they're not able to provide a complete traffic signal in Liberia that will allow us to achieve level C congestion level? This is something that I've refused to accept. I've refused to accept. We have to do better than this. We have to do better than this if we want that country to move forward, for our children to enjoy. Now you say, Mr. Tour, why are you worrying about Liberia? All of your children are in the United States. So what? When I came to America, most of my brothers and sisters are here. But what happened to my cousins? What happened to people from Toll Town? When it rains, they can't even move. Is that the kind of thing that I want Toll Town to be for the rest of their lives? When are we going to improve ourselves? We're here fighting every day. I'm not drawing back tonight. Let's go on. Now, this next video that I'm going to be showing you will be a perfect launching pad for my topic tonight. This is just ridiculous. Common respect we don't have for one another. Respect we don't have for one another. We're insulting, and you expect to improve your life? If you can't come up with an agreement point, if you don't have a common goal, how do you expect to improve yourself? How do you expect to improve your life of the brothers and sisters? I'm going south, you're going north. How are we going to come together to work as brothers and sisters for the Republic of Liberia? We're here fighting every day. Since Dr. Weah became president, every day, just like United States. The good thing is United States is they have structure in place. So now one single person can damage the country because it's strong enough. We're not that sophisticated to be able to withstand individual failure. These are some of the things that we're supposed to talk about, but we fight about little stuff. Our sisters that's supposed to be praising people, helping men and women and girls to improve, with they're cussing each other every day. Using some of the cuss that you use in total, you use it, they tell you, say, go on the farm. Don't come to town for almost 2 weeks. That kind of cuss we use on Facebook, and we call ourselves a civilized country. We gotta do better than that. I'll calm down. Let me now show you another video. Now, this video is very important because of these kinds of stuff that is happening that I'm going to be going on here tonight. I'm going to be talking about caused Dr. Weah to make this kinds of statement. Because first of all, we have no respect for one another. And if you don't have respect for one another, how the heck you expect to respect the property of the next person that you don't respect? The jealousies about us blind our faces, our eyes. We can't even see. You're so jealous you can't see 2 feet ahead of yourself. How you expect to improve the life of your brothers and sisters? How? You can't even get past me doing X, Y, and Z. What is this? We're going to be in this thing here for a very long time unless we, the Liberian people, come together and say enough is enough. We must be able to work as brothers and sisters. You can't. Yes, what you have to understand. Whether CDC, WEW, whatever you are, you can't take another person out of that country who is a born citizen of the country, who wants to stay in Liberia, who deal to stay in Liberia, and then you say you're not Liberia anymore. Ain't happening. Bring all the war you want. You're not going to be able to dislodge any Liberian, specific to the tribe. Going to fight one another. In the meantime, Ghana and other West African countries, they're moving up. Look at Sierra Leone. They too have civil war. But they're moving up. Not that they don't have public dialogue, but they have to respect one another. You go to Sierra Leone community. Yes, they have issues just like us. But perhaps they might be able to handle it differently. And these are some of the things that some of us come on here. It's not like I don't want people to watch me. I want when I come on TV here for me to have 400-500 people watching me. I love it. But I will not do that at the expense of my country because I want publicity, of people whose character that I don't know. I'm not going to destroy their character because I want people to watch me. I'm not going to do that. You don't want to watch me? Goodbye. I'm not here going to insult people. I'm not going to do that. I will speak the fact. I will speak truth. But I'm not going to say something that I have no knowledge of. Because here's the thing that I want you to know about me. I want when I leave from here, after I shut my show down, go in the house, look at my kids' faces and feel happy. Look at my wife and feel happy. Look inside of myself, between my God and myself, and I'm happy. Not because I've destroyed somebody's character, because I want people to watch me. You don't want to watch me because I'm not destroying people's character? Goodbye. Then I'm not for you. I will speak the truth. Let's listen to Dr. Weir. Now, this other video that Dr. Weir is getting to tell us now, this is about the opening of Doe community. The opening of Doe community. They build a road. For me, that road, the process of construction process of the road is flawed. It's not good. Because I know a little bit of that. So I can speak to that. Okay? However, the intent from the President of the Republic of Liberia to make sure that people have roads is very good. It's something that we have to support. Even if I don't agree with the process, but I must support him and I must praise him. Perhaps if I do that and be genuine in my praises, then if I speak that these people are doing it wrong, I will feel good about it. It's not about you liking what I'm saying, but let me be between my God and myself, that when I say something, then I'm not sitting down after that, then I go regret what thing that come out of my mouth. I don't want to do that. If you don't want to watch me, that's okay. Somebody wrote here the other time, you call yourself public somebody, and then only you have 16 people watching you. So be it. I intend for 16 people to watch me with quality stuff coming out of my mouth, than for me to have 400 people and talking garbage. Samson to Liberian Public Radio. Okay, let's go on. Let's listen to Dr. Weir. Samson to Liberian Public Radio.
I just want you to make sure that you take care of this road and you keep it clean. Yesterday, I was here. Yesterday, I drove here. I saw most of you people, nobody knew I was in the car. The place was closed and they want to break it, so I passed around. But what I saw yesterday, it should not be happening here. You see, when someone says development, that means you are developing a change from having developed to develop. So what happened yesterday, the garages, car parking, and no access to road here, you need to encourage your people to not park cars in the middle of the road. I was there yesterday. I watched the game that was playing yesterday. I was here. If you noted, there were one Lexus, one black car was on the road yesterday. I was in that car. So you see, I was here, I was in Lokita, I was around. And all of y'all that using bike to survive. I beg y'all, what I noted yesterday, you should not be doing it. Because we'll ask the police, the safety people to make sure that they summon you. What I saw yesterday, motorbike come all over the place. They cannot be in line if they are a survivor. If the world gave you what you want in life, make sure you do it well. Yesterday, I had to stop a money bag right there. They have 4 kids for maybe 1-year-old babies. And the guy in the middle, I had to stop the bag. Put the children down, my man. You see, so sometimes I say to myself, God gotta help us to move. Yesterday, I was not happy yesterday when I came to the community road because they park all the keke on the road, people doing garages and what is wrong. We did not build a road for garage. We build a road so the children can go to school, see the time and go freely. So, if we come back here, the police will be there, anyone. Because the development of brainwash prosperity. Anybody back here, the police will charge you to pay. So I'm happy today.
Again, folks, Samson told LIBERIA Radio. This video is pretty much the launching point, exact point where I want to launch my topic here tonight. And once again, my topic that I'm going to be talking about here tonight is very interesting to all of us. Okay? Because once again, if we don't know how to handle ourselves, some of us will stay in the country for a very long time. And our brothers and sisters back home will continue to suffer. Those of you that are in Liberia, those of you that have been in Liberia, those of you that want to go to Liberia, the traffic situation over there is bad. It takes you close to almost an hour or more from I call it EW Junction to downtown Monrovia. How many lanes? Tottenham Boulevard it's supposed to be 4 lanes, and you're gonna have that kind of traffic. The traffic congestion. You can't even achieve level D. You know what level D is? Those of you that want to do this, just go on Google and say level D, traffic congestion, and it will show you the picture of the amount of car that's supposed to be on the road. Then you do level C, and you'll see the amount. Then you do level B, and you'll see the amount. Then you say level A, then you'll see the amount. In Liberia, we can't achieve level D, which is the last one. F part, forget it. Okay? These are kinds of stuff that we're talking about. And these things cannot happen overnight. We cannot continue to talk about these things when those who are responsible refusing to implement these kinds of stuff. They are not that difficult. Not everybody. So what do we have in Liberia? Whatever little stuff we have, we can make it. Think about it. Those of us that are from the countryside, before you came to Monrovia, how do you think you were surviving in the country? How do you think your mom and dad was able to put you to school to be able to be educated? How did you do that? Did they go steal? No, because we Liberians are hard workers. I grew up in Monrovia. Well, a little bit. But when I was in the barracks, the women that were selling in the Baker market, later on became Raditown market, most of them were selling so that their children can go to school, go to LU. When I was going to GW Gacy, which was not even a private school, but because I wanted a uniform, good uniform, my mom was selling Deepa, my mom was selling Dumba. My mom used to go to across the bridge and collect Henneken bottles and then wash the bottles and sell them. And then I get Oreo and good shoes, good school uniform. And then my mom it's not unique in that area. Most Liberians, especially if you're not from the Concord section, your mom, your dad work hard for you to get the education. What make you think that those type of characters that you grew up with, they're going to automatically escape you because the war? I don't believe that. The only thing that people ask, just of all from Liberia ask, is the opportunity to demonstrate what we can do. Folks, this is a very, very important time. Like I said, this video that I just showed you, it's a video for the launching pad of my topic here tonight. Let's go ahead and talk about that. Samson told LeBron Parade, a very interesting topic here tonight, folks, because we cannot continue to have these kinds of things and expect us to just say, "Oh yeah, we're doing good." Okay, this it don't happen like that. Here is my topic for the night. Very crucial. Okay, folks. There, I believe, is the leader of LU or UL. Is suspended student political activity. This, for me, if we're not careful, is the beginning and end of everything that some of us has worked for. You here in the United States, for years and years, Liberians have been going from meeting to meeting, trying to find way to have that little country to be at a certain stage. You have Uli in this country for years. I've been in this country for quite a long time now. Trying to Uli here and there. Of course, sometimes they go about doing things to help themselves. You have the section organization, the county organization. Everybody trying their best to do what they can to develop Liberia. We have Dr. Weah, who is not far removed from the plebeians of the Republic of Liberia. Dr. Weah is not a rich man. Dr. Weah is not a Congo man. And I'm not going to pull punches here tonight. So he's very much involved. He knows what Liberia is. He knows the native story. And I'm not trying to separate us here tonight. So please spare me that. The point that I'm making is Dr. Weah knows exactly what it is to be from a countryside, to come from a bottom of the eating pool and be able to move your way up. Dr. Weah should be the last person to suspend political activities on LU campus. Dr. Weah should be able to understand the history of Liberia. The people that are advising Dr. Weah are not doing a good job. Monuba Molu, Chairman Monuba Molu, if you hear me, get out of that chairmanship, get around Dr. Weah, because the people are damaging Dr. Weah. You told us, I'm not a seditious, I don't care. You told us that I will elect Dr. Weah. At that time, George Weah. If I don't elect Dr. George Weah, you'll crucify me. You'll crucify me. And you ran the campaign. Some of us never enjoy your tactics of the campaigning process. I never really liked the way you were campaigning. But you were insist. You carry on. You wanted to be for Dr. Weah to be elected. Now he's being elected. You're going to leave him in the hand of people like Maya Shah. The same people that advise Doe. Look at the kinds of stuff. Of course, during the 85, whatever, I was not in Liberia anymore. But I was reading. Look at the tactics that has been employed by Dr. Weah. How is it different from Doe carrying on some sort of a process on LU campus? This is not right. This is not what we want. Folks, I'm not bluffing or I'm not just angry. No. I spent over almost $600 buying this white bowl here. Not that I don't have anything to do with my money. But I thought I'd try to show certain things here, how roads are constructed. And hopefully my brothers and sisters back home will listen to these kind of things. Or even if they don't listen to it, they just pass by and say, oh, okay. I'm not even able to use this bowl anymore. Liberians are insulting each other because they're so angry. And here we are, LU, the student of LU. I never attended LU. When I graduated from high school, that senior year, something told coming to America. So I didn't have the opportunity to go to LU. However, like I told you guys my story before, Dr. Butcher Zanko made sure that I was involved in all of this, the activities in the late 70s. Did I say late 70s? Yeah, late 70s, early 80, well, 80, that I was involved. These kinds of stuff, they don't end well. You suspend the student activities on campus. Somebody, Dr. Tuba, I think his name is, he suggesting the student might go underground. You able to stop it? Student activity is this. This is where you, Dr. Weir and CDC, was able to draw support from. Now that you have gotten the presidency, the student no longer valuable to you. And this is what I'm saying. Those who are advising Dr. Weir, they're messing up. Dr. Weir, Manuba Molu, you need to get back in there. Forget the CDC chairmanship business. Get back in. They're not going to kick you out. Because when you were leading the CDC campaign, none of these mess were going on. Dr. Weir during the debate didn't go to the debate. People were frying on that. But you made a statement. Would debate give us the kinds of thing we want LIBERIA to improve on? That was a question. And for me, I understood and I accepted it. Manuba Molu, please get back with Dr. Weir. Forget about the chairmanship. Because you need to get close to this man. The people who are around Dr. Weir, they are not doing a good job. For them to sit there and suggest that LU student, the political activities in LU must be suspended. Where do you think the children are going to go? They're going to go underground. And here's the thing that most of this is just ridiculous. Here's the thing that you don't know. I don't know that either, but I would suggest it. I would put it out anyway. Those who have other ideas of making sure LIBERIA will not succeed will now want to use these children underground, whatever they want to do, to plan some dirty thing. Not necessarily war. I'm not talking about that. But they will continue to insist and continue to feed these children underground. And once you have activities underground, what do you do there? You yourself, you start sending security to go underground to find out where these things coming from. They don't remain underground. Sooner or later, somebody gonna get hurt. Liberians are connected. You hurt anybody from LU campus, that person have relatives. What do you think they're gonna do? They're going to praise you. These things are not going well. Dr. Weir people, I'm not blaming you. I'm not even blaming, but I'm not too sure where these things are coming from. If they are coming from somewhere else that people are advising you, please desist from it. This, for me, like I said, I have followed you over the years. Unless you somebody who were able to hide yourself until you exploded when you became president. You said, this is my true self. If that's who you are. But this is what my mom used to say. In the countryside, they have the fanner. They used to fanner the rice. My mom would say, if you're a stranger coming from different town, coming to a town, and you decide you want to hide your ways, your dirty ways, under the fanner, it don't stay too long because your true self will come up. Dr. Weir, this is not your character. Where Jefferson coaching then come from? During the campaign, some of the children that used to go on Facebook and make these pronouncement, putting English there, here, and there, like they said, the book people. Where you think they come from? You want to make the children to be relevant into the political activity of the Republic of Liberia by announcing the suspension of political activities in Liberia. It's not well. It's not well. What I thought perhaps, and I mentioned that the last time on my show. Folks, this is Samson to Liberian Public Radio. Very shortly here, we're going to go on to other subject matter, but this is very important that I try to talk about this tonight. Some time ago on my show, those of you that have been following me, you know, I used to read the Pro-Poor agenda. I used to read it every night. And I mentioned one time that if the Pro-Poor agenda, those who are managing that agenda, if they're smart, they will take that Pro-Poor agenda and take it on LU campus. Because believe me, why those who are using LU political activity to further their own activities or their own agenda, they also have people who will not want to be with them. You put this agenda up there for discussion. On a Saturday afternoon, Dr. Weah take it upon himself, go on LU campus and say, let's have a debate. Let's have a debate with Liberians. This is the agenda for Pro-Poor agenda. Let's have a debate. What don't you agree with in this Pro-Poor agenda? And have an opposition and those who are for it, and let them have a discussion. This is how you take these children off of these political activities, because you were gifted something to talk about. You want the people to be quiet. People like Mayor Kochi, who used to be part of them, now all of a sudden he's mayor. You want to tell me these children and then see when people like Jefferson Kochi were demonstrating their ability to speak through the student leader activities and their mayor. So what make you think that if it's good for Jefferson Kochi, it's not good for the other children as well? Please, folks, this is just not how I thought this thing would be. We can't have that. Look on LU campus. You tell me how many people, how many students on that campus that are concentrating on sciences activities, engineers, construction engineers. You go count the amount of students that are concerned or taking those type of classes. As a result, what do we have when we have projects? You got Ghanaians coming into Liberia to do survey. You got Ghanaians coming. I know what I'm talking about because I have somebody at work here that I'm working on. I'm so upset with them. I don't even want to be part of that work anymore because the work is messed up. They don't care. It's not their country. I spoke with one of them the last time. You know what it meant to me? He says, sir, the president told us that we shouldn't break the people's houses down. Even though the houses, they recognize that most of the houses that they have, they're in the right of way. But the president said they shouldn't break it down. So what do? They scrape along the people foundation. And some of the pictures that I have, they have the foundation is showing. So I asked him what will happen. He said, well, as long as we bring it down, if the foundation is not able to support the house, that's their problem. They are not Liberians. They get paid. But if you have Liberians who have the ability to do these kinds of work, why are we going to Ghana to get Ghanaians to do this work for us? Because we refuse to support Liberians. We refuse to support Liberian businesses. And now we're going to veer ourselves to LU. And yes, what LU, one of LU, the leader now, LU, Colin, Martin Cole, who I truly believe he's one of the geniuses in Liberia. Very smart young man. And the statement he's making is the people are doing this thing because they feel I'm the leader now, so they want to get rid of this thing because they don't want me to be the leader. Why are we going through that? This is not what this country is supposed to be. We're coming from a war. People die. You go to Liberia right now. Some places in Liberia, go make fun. Most likely you will find bones, human bones. In Liberia, people die. And instead of us to support these young people, what do you want them to do? Most of the politicians in Liberia are lawyers. Most of the politicians that are getting jobs with CDC-led government, people who stand there and say they can talk, they call themselves political giants. But you tell them, help me to develop this country. Bring ideas. How we're going to develop it? They got nothing to offer. So what do? They will come, I suspect, to advise Dr. Weir to continue to diverse their stealing activity towards the LU student. So people will take the focus from what happened to the money now. I bet they're still investigating. That's okay. Folks, this is just not what I was expecting. When Dr. Weir came in, what was the first thing? $400 some more million they were supposed to get to do coastal road. And Samson told, see, these are some of the things that really pain me sometimes. I started singing the song because I believe that Dr. Weir seriously mean business to do the road condition, to take care of road business in Liberia. Liberians started complaining. We want you to be successful in building the roads, but the process of getting this loan is not correct. Eventually, they also find out that the process was not correct. And this is why I keep talking about Front Page Africa. Front Page Africa should be used to get more information. They will do investigation. You can insult him. You can say whatever you want to say about him, but he will give you information. The coastal road, we don't even hear about it anymore. They decided they want to do Mbango or Mbunga, whatever the guy is from Burkina Faso. Samson told, jump all over that again. I started sinking. In fact, I had a video of this guy's song because I so believe, and I still believe, Dr. Weir can help us with road business in Liberia. It didn't come to fruition. Immediately after that, what happened? $16 billion Liberian dollar still being investigated. Now, between those things, there have been other things that have been happening here and there. I'm not even talking about those. Okay? But where are we now? Dr. Weir continue to build these roads between houses, which for me is okay. The process is flawed, but for me it's okay because he continued to demonstrate that he wants to help Liberians. But this particular issue, going into the classroom of these young people, you're closing the school student political activity down. What you want them to do now? What do they have to talk about now? You're going to shut their mouth? You're going to tell them, say, nobody say anything you want to get. You able to shut up Liberian men that always consider themselves loyal. You able to shut them off? Why put your hand in something that is not going to benefit you? That is not going to be part of your legacy. Let me take that back. It could be your legacy, but it'll be a bad one. Are you prepared, Dr. Weir, to put police in the street like they did to CDC? Are you prepared, Dr. Weir, to shoot at people's children as they did to CDC? Are you prepared, Dr. Weir, to put people in the street, to beat people's children? Are you prepared for that? Are you prepared for that? It's not your character. Why you want to put yourself into something that is not part of you? You allow people to force you into certain things that is not of you. You got your son. You're going to beat people's children in Monrovia while your son in Hero playing football. Does it fit you? Does it look like you? Does it look like you? You, doctor, we have go to other people's country and adopt people's children because you want to make sure none of these people go suffering. You able to send soldiers and police to go beat people's children in Monrovia? You're closing political activity down in Liberia. How you think they're going to end? They're going to praise you? That process must be reversed. And engage the young people. If they're looking for the attention, use your popularity to give them attention. And explain to them what you're doing. The more information that they hunger for, the less information you give them, they improvise. This is how trouble starts. You don't give them the true information, they come up with the true information according to them. How are you going to stop it? You got ministers for information. Political cartel. Is that what we're there for? So what happened now if you don't have any more political cartel? What are you going to talk about? What exactly are you going to talk about? You have the proper agenda here. We don't see those kind of thing being discussed on the podcast. Did you hear what Cummins said the other day? That the judge we elect government is stealing. Mind you now, he never showed any proof to say this is the evidence. I didn't hear it. I never saw it. But he can say it. And I got up here. I said, for me, I won't even pay attention. Because for him, Alexander Cummings, who almost became president, wants to be president, will come out on public radio and make these kinds of pronouncements. Then how can we take him serious? You can take that same thing and wrap it around him. You don't have to be violent. You don't have to call him. You don't have to insult him. He's an intelligent person. You take the same intellectual argument that he's making and turn it around on him. But we're not doing that. This, ladies and gentlemen, will not stand. Will not stand. You can't and you must not provoke young people. It's the young people that brought you to power. If perhaps some of you don't understand it. Emiah Shea didn't bring you to power. Don't let them take those young people away from you. This is exactly what the opposition wants. You keep up this thing, the confusion between your government and the young people. 6 years from now, when you want to go back to those same young people, you think Monrovia like Liberia? No. But here's the thing, most of the young people that who put activity you want to cut off now, they're from Sino County, they're from Grand Gide, they're from Lofa County, they're from Bon County, they're from all over Republic of Liberia. They're young and they have relatives. You think what happened when anything happened to any of these people? They got relatives. These are some of the things people that do they never thought of. Anybody you hurt, that person is connected. You must be prepared. If you hurt one person, be prepared to hurt the next person because somebody somewhere will be angry. Are you prepared? I don't think so. Because if you were somebody like that, you won't even talk about roles. You won't talk about alleviating problems in Liberia by creating role connecting communities. What are the roles will last 10 years? That's not even the issue that I'm talking about tonight. But the mere fact that you put road down for people to live from one house to another without walking in the mud. So that means you care for the communities. So Dr. Weir, the question is, are you prepared to suppress the Liberian people? I don't think so. You remember what did I say? They picking here want to be president instead of play football. That's the statement that I made about you long time ago. You used to come from Europe when the war was happening. People were dying. You will come. Hey, Dr. Weah, why? You will come to Liberia, organize football match, and people used to put their guns down. The day you in Monreal for football game, that day people will not die. That not you. That not the same Dr. Weah that used to go from community, the refugee camp, all over West Africa, and trying to bring out the spirit. Lift up the spirit of Liberian all over. Now you want to suppress Liberian because you're president now? Why put yourself in this position when you know that don't fit you? Because people want 2 cents, 3 cents. Tell them the truth. This is not me. You go back to CDC and ask people that Moluba Molu. Say, give me people that will tell me something that I don't want to hear sometimes. You don't want the king praisers talking to you every day, praising you. Let's look at this. What is the legal ramification? What is your legal point? Hey, yeah, they want you up a waste. You think if Liberians, you got some intelligent, intellectual Liberians in Liberia, what you have done by suspending, you think if those people really have something good for Liberia, by this time they have not challenged your whatever it is the LU university leadership are doing, you don't think by this time they're going to court? They don't want to go to court because if they go to court they will win. So they're not going to go to court. They will let the young people to be upset with you and use that opportunity for the young people to turn against you. What's wrong with that? Haven't you guys thought of that? What happened to the legal right human being? Legal right attorney there? Why up to now they have not gone to the Supreme Court or the court to challenge the ruling? They don't want that. They're not going to go to court. They will sit there and let the young people get angry with you. And then they say, you see, we told you, the man able to lead a country, he can't even manage the LU situation. Where if they're serious to build the institution of Liberia, they will take you to court. The LU people take LU to court and let the court step in. You think the Supreme Court look at it, Rudy? They will say, yeah, the LUs, they have the right to suspend political activities of the student. What is the legal ground they have? None. They're not saying that these people that these young people that have a political activity on campus, disturbing other children. I didn't read about that. But do you think if these people really want that, if they really want to succeed in Liberia, they will challenge the decision of the LU through the court system? They will also, by doing so, will be building the institution of the court itself. They don't want to do that. They're not going to go to court. They will not go to court. Because they know by you doing that, they know it's wrong. But they're not going to go to court. They will wait until the young people go on the ground and get upset with you. Everything else that come after that, Dr. Weah, is going downhill. Reverse, you're a man. Who don't know that you're a man? You have the power. It doesn't mean by you reversing the decision that you're weak. Anybody that thinks that Dr. Weah is weak, that person don't know you. They have not followed you. I give them an example again. Those of you that want to have interest in trying to think Dr. Weah is weak, let me tell you this. Go on Google and type Dr. Weah help bother somebody. Something like that. He was playing football. I told you guys this story. Let me tell you again. So if you think that Dr. Weah is a weak person, so you would think twice. You were playing football. The whole time you were playing football, did you hear Dr. Weah got in fight with anybody? No. Because the Europeans themselves, that particular incident, they decided to put it on a wrap. Because they said that's not his character. Something happened. They were playing. I think it was a team from Portugal. The defender from that team, I've always thought that Dr. Weah cannot beat him. He can't do nothing. He make him mouth. And you know how the people can talk trash on football field. So when they got with I believe it was AC Milan, they were playing that one time. Dr. Weah, of course, in the front line, this defender. You go and Google it, you will see the video I'm talking about. I think the guy near a crash store or something. It's been a while now. But anyway, this guy was defending Dr. Weah. Jersey to jersey. Okay? They put the ball on the right side. The right side crossed the ball to the center. And one of the defenders headed the ball back to the guy who crosses the ball the first time. And this time he timed it. And the second time when he got the ball, Dr. Weah also timed the defender. The defender don't know even how Dr. Weah got away from him. Dr. Weah was able to escape without being outside. The guy crossed the ball. By the time the ball got to the spot Dr. Weah was there, he scored the goal. And the way he scored the goal, he didn't stand up. He twisted himself in the air and scored the goal. So when he did that, he has to put his left hand down to balance himself as he was falling. And he did that. While he was on the ground, this guy, the defender, came. Purposely, if you watch that video, you can tell the defender could have taken his legs up, but purposely stepped on Dr. Weah's hand and almost cut his finger up. So the trainer and then came, they took Dr. Weah behind the pole, fixed his hand. He got back on the field. He scored now. Mind you, now he scored that goal. He got back on the field. And the guy was, you could tell the guy, they keep showing him, he was smiling and stuff like that. Guess what? Dr. Weah from Gibraltar. Dr. Weah from Liberia. Dr. Weah from New Cruta. You don't mess with other people and then you say you're going to go free. The guy in the tunnel, they were coming after the game. They were going. The next picture we saw, this guy nose almost came cross from his face. Almost wiped his nose out. He said Dr. Weah hair butted him and busted his nose up. You think you're gonna hit Dr. Weah and go free purposely? I'm just telling you the story that the man has character. I don't know what's happening. I can't tell you why. But folks, this is Samson told LIBERIA Public. I'm on it this evening. All that I'm trying to say here this evening is this. No winner gonna come out of this. If we Liberia cannot work together and move this country forward. Madam Ellen Sally came 12 years. What did we get? 12 years. 12 years. 12 months in a year. What did we get? Peace? People say, oh, she able to maintain the peace. No. The peace was maintained because Liberians were tired dying. You think the Liberian people want to die that Ellen will stop there? Or that Elmer will stop there? I beg you, man. But they were tired dying. So they wanted to try something. And she didn't put in structure that will help the next generation to lead. They were there, wanted to enrich themselves. So Dr. Weah is there now. Instead of us to put together and try to find means to move this country forward, there are certain people around Dr. Weah will not let you in. They will not let you in. I told you guys before, during the election, I used to come on LIBERIA Public Radio and make my same big mouth I'm missing now. I told, because people used to write, Dr. Weah don't know book. He can't read. He can't do that. And I used to say, and I'm still saying it. The young man, ever since the election business started in 2005, Dr. Weah, in my opinion, Dr. Weah have always won the election. And my argument then was this, and I'm still arguing. Instead of you pushing this young man, you say you don't know book. You call yourself a book people. Bring the man towards you. Find means to get in touch with him. And utilize your book skill, whatever you have to teach him. Utilize the opportunity to teach the man to help him Lead. No, everybody want to put their hand off. And those who were there, people like Maya Shah, say, yeah, come to Papa. We will seek your interest. We will make sure your interest is protected. In the meantime, their intent is to protect their own interests as well. Josiah Johnson, former Liberian coach and one of the best soccer players ever from Liberia, he made a statement. I believe it was 2011 election. He said when a young man came, instead of y'all giving the position to be sport director, y'all don't even want to be about it. Now you want to be president, you want to cry about it. It's the same thing. This, Liberian people, if we don't handle this well, we are going to fail. If we think this, what I call false error that Dr. Weah and his administration have made, if we don't connect, those of us that have connection with the Liberian government, those of us that have connection with Dr. Weah and his people, if we don't tell them to stop this, we're all going to regret it. Because I don't see the LU student to be quiet. I just don't see it. Possible, but I don't see it. This is not going to end well. The sad thing is, I don't see Dr. Weah haunting people at night, sending security to hunt people at night either. So what are we going to get out of it? This is what I suspect most likely might happen. There will be those that want to say they want to help Dr. Weah and going after these children that they start their underground activities to win favor from Dr. Weah. And it's not going to end well. Haven't you guys heard about fire chong? How long it takes for you to put fire on a fire coal and it catch fire? Not much. I'm begging you all. I'm asking you all. Let's stop the insulting business. Because if you start insulting somebody, you have no leverage. You have no leverage in the conversation. This is Samson to Liberian Public Radio, folks. I thought I'd bring this subject up to have that discussion. First of all, I want to thank all of you that continue to listen to us here this evening. It's not that my ideas are better. I'm sure there are some of you that don't even want to listen to me, insulting me in the process. That's okay. You have the right to express yourself. But all I'm saying, all I'm asking, with all of the insult that some of us will get, we're just asking that we come together. We come together. I have an invested interest in this. Number one, I'm a Liberian. Number two, I want to see Liberia succeed. But most of all, the area of Liberia that I'm coming from, when it's rainy, my people can't go nowhere. You think the people from Total don't like to have good things? But when it's raining, they can't move. How do you expect the people to even make decent farm for them to be able to feed themselves and be able to sell some of that for them to buy uniform for their children? Why are we continuing to depress our own people? We put them down through this little process here and there because we don't agree with certain policy. If you don't agree with Dr. Weah and his people, use the political process. 6 years from now, let's meet the man at the ballot box. So it's just, for me, I'm just frustrated. I don't know about you, but I'm just frustrated. Okay? So, again, we're just asking all of you to please tune it down. Tune it down. Tune it down. And hopefully there will be people, cooler here will prevail, and then we can move forward. There will be some people, I'm reading some of the stuff here now, that students need to respect the authority. The same authority that used to be student yesterday that never respect authority. Now you want these same brothers and sisters that saw them used to be their supporter. In fact, some of them used to be their bag carrier, and they saw how these same authority, people in authority now, how they used to insult the previous government, and they were successful. You want them to stop now? Please. When you make these kinds of statements, then you're not being serious. You're not being serious because you're not injecting reality into this conversation. Folks, Liberia is our land. We must do everything possible to make sure we don't slide to backward. Because here's the thing here. I believe that if we don't take care of this chicken egg that we have before us, okay, and the chicken egg having to crack again, the international community not coming back. They will only protect, make a ring around Liberia and say, just do all your mess in there. We're not coming there again. But don't touch Sierra Leone, don't touch Guinea, don't touch Africa. And what will happen? Liberian will want to go back to become refugee again? Why are we not learning? Do we enjoy our brothers and sisters being refugee in these different refugee camps? This is sad. And the lawmaker themselves, instead of making or getting involved and having some sort of a conversation among themselves, they're sticking political point, taking up political position, how powerful you can be. Who you going to lead if nothing good is happening in the country? What makes you think that you're going to be a good leader? My point, and the last one I'm going to make this afternoon, folks, Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio, is this. We have to be able to understand that we're Liberians and we must respect one another. That is the key. Because if I respect you, I will listen to you. If I don't respect you, I won't even listen to you. If you don't respect me, you won't listen to me. First thing, you come on my back chair and then start cussing me up because you have no respect for me. I've not done anything bad to you before, but because you have no respect for other people, so you come out here and insult people. How are we going to help that? I will continue to preach peace, and I will continue to talk to my brothers and sisters to see reason for us to work together. The sad thing is, those of you that continue to listen to people like Samson too and think you're all young, and the frustration level among you is too high because you're educated as well, and you want to go back to contribute, but there's no room because the brothers and sisters back home don't want you to participate, and therefore they foment these kinds of situations, bring up these kinds of situations for you to be engaged on activities that will waste your time. Folks, this is Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I'm going to call it quit for this evening. I want to thank all of you I've been listening in. It's a very interesting subject matter. My intent here is not to degrade. My intent here is not to shift blame. My intent here is not to say who is right or who is wrong. However, those that are in authorities must understand that bringing out these kinds of matter, putting these things through, is not going to help forward any kinds of developmental agenda that you might have in mind. Because the same group that perhaps will help you promote your developmental agenda will not turn against it. You're not helping anybody. These are not ideas that is unique to Samson Toe. I have no right to say this is my original. I don't have an original idea on these things. I'm just talking. And I'm hoping that because as long as I know deep inside what I'm saying, I believe what I'm saying, that's all that I can do. And if I speak to anybody who perhaps think what I'm saying is true, do the same thing. Talk to people. We're Liberians. The more you talk, the better it is for all of us. Because you're not selfish person as a Liberian. Because if you're selfish, you will not be involved in Liberia. You're here in the diaspora. You're making good. You're doing good. You don't need money from Liberia for you to eat. You feed your family from here. But yet still, every night that when you go to the Liberian function, you're involved into Liberian discussion. Because you're not a selfish person. Let's keep it up. This is Samson to Liberian Public Radio. I'm going to call it quit this evening and say thank you very much for those of you that have been tuning in. It's been a wonderful, wonderful ideas, wonderful discussion, of course. We appreciate all of you for tuning into Liberian Public Radio this evening again and having a fruitful discussion. Because through discussion, we believe that things, whatever it is that we want to achieve in that country, will be possible. Because through exchanging wonderful ideas, through respecting one another, and through accepting each other's view. Did I say accept? No. Wrong. Through allowing each other's view to be expressed. That's what I meant. You don't have to accept my view, but allow me to express it. We will do good. And that's the only way. Look at this country that you enjoy. They allow people to come on air and make foolish statements. As long as your statement is not threatening to another human being, they got nothing to do with you. You say what you want to say. As long as you're not threatening. You're not threatening property. You're not threatening the lives of other people. They will let you say whatever you want to say. And let's practice that. This is Samson to Liberian Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again that's been watching. It's been a wonderful, wonderful show. What can I say? What can I say? This is just what Liberia is about. But man, we're Liberian. We're Liberian. You go right now into a Liberian community and try to take advantage of some poor person. The amount of people that will whoop your butt. This is Samson to Liberian Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again this evening. It's been a wonderful, wonderful time. We say thank you very much. Come back again Wednesday and let's do it again. Samson to, good night, folks. It's been a wonderful evening.
Thank you.